All right, everyone, let's get started. Once again, thank you for your time this afternoon and for attending our Changing Our Skyline webinar. Today, we're going to be focusing on Northspire's two-way integration with QuickBooks Desktop. So before we get started, I just wanted to bring to your attention some of the upcoming training sessions that we're going to be hosting throughout the rest of the summer. In particular, any trainings that are tagged as basic training in green are great if you are new to Northspire. So just a quick round of introductions before we get started. My name is Kara. I am a real estate transformation consultant over at Northspire. I'm local to the New York area, and prior to joining Northspire, my background was in development consulting and building engineering.
And hi, everyone. I'm Eileen, and I'm the product manager here overlooking our integrations team. So I work closely with a lot of developers using a large range of our accounting softwares. I'm also based out of New York City, and prior to Northspire, I worked at Deutsche Bank with other previous work experiences in financial technology.
So here at Northspire, we're here to support you. As a customer of Northspire, each of you has been assigned a dedicated real estate transformation consultant, such as myself. We are basically your day-to-day resource for product adoption. We also have our concierge help desk for any support issues that boast a response time of around 5 minutes, as well as our knowledge base, which is a Northspire wiki that has over 350 articles, and we're adding to this continuously. So just a quick agenda of what we'll cover today. 1, what is an integration and what we mean when we say we have an integration with QuickBooks Desktop, how you can unify your accounting and development teams. Then we'll jump into a live demo with Eileen and show you how you can sync your invoices, commitments, and vendors, and the live demo of tracking payments. If we have any time left over, we will open it up to Q&A. Some key learning outcomes that we hope you will walk away with are understanding Northspire's two-way integration with QuickBooks Desktop, how you can adopt the workflow to seamlessly integrate the two platforms as you unify your accounting and development teams, eliminate duplicative work, and to ensure consistency between invoice amounts and payments with automatic syncing, how you can leverage Northspire for financial accounting, vendor management, and cost management, and how to sync vendors, budget lines, invoices, and payments between Northspire and QuickBooks Desktop. So what is an integration? When we say that we have a two-way integration with QuickBooks Desktop and Northspire, what we're referring to is the ability to link these two discrete platforms using their APIs. This bidirectional integration allows you to push invoices that are ready from payment from Northspire to QuickBooks Desktop, pay out of QuickBooks Desktop, and have that payment info reflected real-time back into Northspire without any manual effort. So by using our two-way integration, we will enable you to never have to miss an invoice again. Gone are the days of someone in the development team having to go to accounting to inquire whether an invoice has been paid or sent for payment. Using our two-way integration will give you full visibility into an invoice's payment status, enable you to understand which invoices have been paid or are awaiting payment, and helps you to ensure that your payments goes to your vendors on time. So we have 4 accounting statuses for invoices within Northspire. Invoices that are said to be paid have been paid in full. Any invoice that is partially paid has been partially paid but does have a balance open. A pending invoice has been sent to QuickBooks Desktop but has yet to be paid, and an open invoice has not been sent to QuickBooks Desktop yet. So by using our two-way integration, we hope to empower you to be able to unify your accounting and development teams. We hope you can cut out duplicative work and manual effort and enable the automatic syncing of information. Typically, when a funding package is ready to go to accounting, the accounting team would then have to manually key in every invoice from that funding period before it can go for payment. With our two-way integration, you'll be able to push and pull invoices without having this duplicative effort. And just really quickly, I want to go over this slide, which enumerates the hours on average per year that a team spends on manual tasks. In particular, step 19 is 51 hours that is dedicated to inputting costs from the draw package into the accounting software, and an area in which we hope to save you time. So Eileen is going to jump to a brief demo.
All right. Thank you, Kara. So just like Kara said, our integrations eliminate that manual, duplicative work, and human error. You can really leverage Northspire for all of your financial accounting, vendor management, and cost management with our integrations. So let's dive into a demo to show you all how this works in Northspire. And if you want to follow along, you can also log in to Northspire as well. So to start, I'll give you a quick overview of the one-time setup steps that will ensure that budget line, cost code, and vendor information between QuickBooks Desktop and Northspire will sync accurately without requiring you to adjust anything about how those values are logged in each platform. And after this call, you can ask your real estate transformation consultant for our reference guide with more detailed instructions. So let's begin with the budget line setup. Like I mentioned, this is a one-time setup step that ensures that your budget lines in Northspyre will properly map to your accounting codes. So I'll navigate to my budget categorizations page, click on the Update Cost Codes button, and then I'll just click on Set QuickBooks Desktop Codes. As you can see here, this is your management page where we map each Northspyre budget line to their respective account and/or service item. At least one of these is required for each budget line, and that just depends on how your team's projects are set up. Northspyre has a dedicated setup team that can set this all up for you as long as your team provides us with a file of the correct mappings. And once your budget lines are set up, we ensure that all information synced between the two platforms is accurate, preventing any discrepancies. If any mappings change or new budget lines are added to your project, you have complete freedom to adjust those values from this page, and we make it seamless and easy for you by populating each of these fields with a dropdown of values pulled directly from QuickBooks. Now, the second and final setup step is syncing your Northspyre vendors to your QuickBooks vendors. Again, the purpose of this mapping is to ensure that we have an accurate mapping between our two platforms without requiring you to adjust anything about the way vendors are named in either platform. So I'll navigate here to my vendor management page where vendors from your paired QuickBooks project are automatically pulled into your Northspyre project as unapproved vendors in this list here in the right-hand side tab. We want to ensure that you have complete oversight into whether or not these vendors are added to your Northspyre project, so we give you the freedom to approve these vendors either by linking them to an existing Northspyre vendor, adding these as a new vendor to your project altogether, or doing nothing and leaving them here as unapproved vendors, in which case they are not synced in your project and don't affect your project at all. And once these vendors are approved and synced, you will see them in this approved vendors list on the left with a clear indication of which vendors are linked. From here, all transactions coming into your data inbox will have the correct vendor association. Again, our dedicated setup team here can assist in the setup step for you, but anytime new vendors are added in QuickBooks, we automatically pull those vendors into that unapproved vendor list, giving you complete control into how these vendors are logged. And now that my simple setup is complete, our integration with QuickBooks empowers you to seamlessly sync vendor, invoice, and payment information between QuickBooks and Northspyre accurately without any manual duplicative work. So managing your invoices becomes a breeze. Let's navigate now to the invoice data index to check out this workflow. Our recommended workflow is for invoices to originate in Northspyre so that you can use your existing workflows of approving items in the data inbox and verifying all metadata before items are entered into QuickBooks and payments are finalized. We do offer flexibility in the case where this workflow wouldn't work, which I will cover later on, but let me walk you through the workflow of sending invoices to accounting to start. So after invoices are approved into your Northspyre project, you can manage them all here in your invoice data index. Let's just start with a quick overview of this page. So in your data index, Northspyre is committed to making your workflow easy and efficient. These column options here allow you to toggle your columns so that it's flexible to your needs and saved for the next time that you come to this page. You can also apply one or many filters at once to filter your view and narrow your search, or you can even use the search bar to pinpoint specific invoices. Our grand totals here at the bottom are dynamic as well, so you can easily see the cumulative amount of a select group of invoices as filters are applied or as you do a search. The cost code column here also allows you to track which cost codes align to your QuickBooks system. And finally, this accounting status column here gives you complete visibility into those invoice statuses that Kara covered as they relate to QuickBooks. So open invoices have not yet been sent to QuickBooks, pending invoices have been sent, and paid invoices have been both sent and paid in QuickBooks. From here, sending open invoices to QuickBooks takes just the click of a button. So I can select whichever invoices I want to send over, and I simply have to select Send to Accounting. From here, I can just verify all of my selections, and once I press Send, you should see these invoices immediately in your QuickBooks bills. And you will see all of the correct information in QuickBooks, like vendors, dates, descriptions, all seamlessly uploaded into your QuickBooks. An awesome feature that comes with our integration is the robust error handling on Northspire's end. So before we send over your selected invoices, we will make sure that there are no issues with your invoices that would prevent them from being imported into QuickBooks Online. For example, let me select all of these invoices on my project to send to accounting. You can see with the accounting status column that a couple of these invoices have already been paid or sent in QuickBooks, so I really should not be resending them. Here we prevent any human error because, as you can see, once I press Send to Accounting, we will prevent you from making any mistakes, such as sending a duplicate invoice. So from here, we catch any and all issues like missing vendors, cost codes, etc., with clear messaging so that you don't have to monitor that on your own. And when you press Send, we only send those invoices without any issues. Now, for invoices that are sent to QuickBooks, you can use your existing workflows to handle your accounts payable and send out payments. Those payments will then automatically be synced into Northspyre without any manual work. From here, our invoice data index now acts as your single source of truth and a single hub where you can manage all of the information related to your invoice. So now here are my invoice details. If I click into a paid invoice, I can see all of the information related to my invoice, like the backup documentation, all the metadata and component breakdown, and most importantly, that payment history where you can see this payment was created in QuickBooks Desktop as a check on this date. With all this information housed in Northspyre, we now have all the information available at your fingertips across the platform, from your anticipated cost report to your vendor overview to your report builder. And because Northspyre is dedicated to offering you the flexibility to fit your integration workflow into your existing workflow seamlessly, another way to send invoices over to accounting is via the draw request page. So let's navigate here now, where I will show you how it's easy to send invoices that align with a given draw period, with Northspyre eliminating any and all discrepancies for a given draw. So when I view all of my invoices, I can now see all of the invoices associated to my draw request. From here, I can see any of my previous draws by selecting the requisition filter here, but all I have to do is click on Accounting, Show Integration Options, and from here I can select all or select any handful of invoices to send to accounting, and I have that exact same workflow that I showed you from the invoice index. Again, we have the same robust error handling that you saw so that we prevent sending duplicates. And again, we catch all those errors before they hit QuickBooks Desktop. So using this workflow, it's easy to align your invoice payments with your draw process with minimal additional work and reconcile all invoices across the two platforms instantaneously. So like I mentioned, the ideal workflow that we recommend is to have invoices originate in Northspyre before you send them to accounting. This ensures that you can approve all of the information in Northspyre before payments are sent out and finalized in QuickBooks. However, let's say you have those occasional invoices that originate in QuickBooks first. This is really no issue at all, and you don't have to adjust your workflow. So any items originating in your accounting platform will be sent to your data inbox just like any other transaction. The sender will say QuickBooks Desktop, and if relevant, you can have any of these items undergo any of your automated approval workflows, or you can leverage our Copilot analytics to catch any overruns proactively, and you have complete oversight into what items are accepted into Northspyre before they impact your project. So our goal here at Northspyre is really to save you time and money so that you can focus on running your projects more effectively. Our integrations cut out hours of manual, duplicative work, and human error. And with all of your costs and vendors logged in Northspyre, you've also now unlocked a whole suite of features to maximize insight-driven decision-making when planning for future projects, where you can leverage historical vendor information and costs various vendor analytics, and even use our bidding tools to constantly improve project efficiency. So we highly encourage you to start taking advantage of all that Northspyre has to offer. So reach out to your real estate transformation consultant. We'll send over all these setup instructions and we'll get your integration up and running in no time. Thank you so much for taking the time today to learn more about our QuickBooks Desktop and Northspyre integration capabilities. We really hope this has been helpful and look forward to having you guys leverage our powerful accounting tools.